बिहागड़ा महला पंजमा छंत बोल सुतर मिड़िया मोन केत तारी राम तूने तेरी देख चलिया माया ब्योहारी राम संग तेरे कछ न छाले बिना गोविंद नामा देस वेस सुवर्ण रूपा सगल ऊणे कामा पुत्र कलत्र ना संग शोभा हस्त कौर विकारी बिनवंत नानक बिन साध संगम सब मिथ्या संसारी. O religious man, O you of sublime faith, why have you become quiet and reserved? Why you don't remember Vaheguru at the end of your life? You have now seen the true color of this worldly falsehood with your eyes before leaving this world. O brother, nothing is going to accompany you except God's true name in this time. Whatever worldly things, gold, silver, various countries, dresses, you are running after, all those transient things that are becoming useless and they will not be of any avail to you. The son, wife, horses, elephants, all items of worldly grandeur are of no use, as none of these will accompany you at the end to the next world. O Nanak, apart from the company of holy congregations, rest all comforts of the world or functions of importance or honor in life. They are false and they are temporary. राजन क्यों सोया तू नींद भरे जागत कत नाही राम माया झूठ रुदन केते बिललाही राम बिललाही केते महामोहन बिन नाम हर के सुख नहीं सहस सियाणप पाव थाके जय पावत तह जाही आद अंते मधुपूरन सर्वत्र काट काट आही बिनवंत नानक जिन साध संगम से पत सेती कर जाही. O king, why are you enjoying the slumber of ignorance? Why do you not wake up in the light of knowledge from your sleep? O brother, there are so many people crying and wailing due to the loss of worldly pleasures, Maya, or from separation in this world. But why so much yearning for such false and temporary worldly things? The fact remains that many people are crying at the loss of this attractive worldly falsehood Maya, though no one gains real peace or comforts in life without Vaheguru's true name. The world gets tired of trying thousands of clever moves, and this mortal keeps chasing to attain any place of joy, comfort that he learns to be worthwhile, though without God's true name, there is no other place of peaceful existence. There is no other place of joy except the company of true God, who is perceived pervading all the three ages, present, past, and future, or in all human beings in perfect condition. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people who have been blessed with the company of holy saints, they proceed with flying colors to meet Vaheguru within themselves or in Vaheguru's presence. नरपत जान ग्रहयो सेवक सियाणे राम सर पर विछड़ना मोहे पछताणे राम हर चंदोरी देख फूला कहाँ स्थित पाए बिन नाम हर के आन रचना एहला जन्म गवाए हौ हौ करत न तृष्ण भूजे न काम पूरन ज्ञाने बिनवंत नानक बिन नाम हर के कीतिया पछताने. O king, the world which you considered as your own, and the clever helpers whom you believed your own to help you in your jobs, would all desert you in the end. So, such people who are enamored by worldly possessions, they finally repent. The world, like the sky, which was false but was considered by you as true, and you were lost in its glamour, cannot help anyone to stabilize but makes one unstable. All the worldly possessions are perishable, so we waste this life by getting engrossed in worldly falsehood, being forgetful of true name. In fact, we cannot satisfy our desires or quench the thirst for worldly pleasure by having our ego intact. And without the knowledge about Vaheguru, this man can never be happy. O Nanak, my only prayer is that we should try to amass and look after true name as the whole world finally repents in the absence of true name. तारण ग्रह अपना कर लीना राम पूजा गह काढ़ लियो साधु संग दीना राम साध संगम हर राधे सगल कलमल दुख चले महाधर्म सुदान किरिया संग तेरा से चले रसना आराधे एक स्वामी हर नाम मन तन पीना नानक जिसनो हर मिलाए सो सर्ब गुण पर बीना. Showering his blessings that Vaheguru has made me his own, grasping me by the arm, he has pulled me out of the mud and he has blessed me with the Sat Sangat, the company of the holy. Worshipping the God in Sat Sangat, all my sins and sufferings are burnt away. This is the greatest religion and the best act of charity. This alone shall go along with you. My tongue chants in adoration the name of one God and Master. My mind and body are drenched in Vaheguru's name. O Nanak, whoever the God unites with himself is filled with all virtues. बिहागड़े की वार महला चौथा एक ओंकार सतगुर प्रसाद श्लोक महला तीजा गुर सेवा ते सुख पाइयै होर थे सुख ना पाल गुर कै शब्द मन भेदियै सदा वसै हर नाल नानक नाम तिना खो मिलै जिन हर वेखै नदर निहाल. Serving the Guru, peace is obtained. Do not search for peace anywhere else. We could enjoy real bliss through the service of Guru. We should not be seeking this for tranquility of mind in the worldly pleasures or in worldly possessions. The God, Vaheguru, abides in the heart when we develop love and devotion for God through Guru's word. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people who are bestowed with God's grace, they attain true name and they are blessed with eternal bliss. Mahla tija shift khajana baksh hai jis bakshay so kharche khaye Satgur bin hath na aave sab thakke karam kamaye नानक मन मुख जगत तनहीन है अज्ञे भुखा के खाए. The treasure of God's praise is such a blessed gift. He alone obtains it to spend, on to whom Vaheguru bestows it. Without the true Guru, it does not come to anyone's hand. All have grown tired of performing all kinds of religious rituals. O Nanak, the self-will manmukhs of the world, they lack this wealth. When they are hungry in the next world, what will they have to eat there? Pauri sab tere tu sab sadar, sab tudh upaya, sabna vich tu vartada, tu sabni tyaya. तिस दी तू भगत थाई पाए है जो तुद मन पाया जो हर प्रभ पावै सो थियै सब करन तेरा कराया सलाहे हो हर सबना ते वड्डा जो संत जना की पैज रखदा आया. All are yours and you belong to all. You created all. You are pervading within all and all meditate on you. You accept the devotional worship of those who are pleasing to your mind. Whatever pleases Vaheguru, that happens. All act as you cause them to act. Let us praise that Vaheguru, the greatest of all. He preserves the honor of the saints. श्लोक महला तीजा नानक ज्ञानी जग जीता सब कोए नामे कारज सिद्ध है सहजे होए सो होए गुरमत मत अचल है चलाए न सकै कोए भगता का हर अंगीकार करे कारज सुहावा होए. O Nanak, the spiritually wise ones, they have conquered everyone else. Through the Naam, all their affairs are brought to perfection. Whatever happens is by Vaheguru's will. Under the Guru's instruction, their mind is held steady and no one can make them waver. Vaheguru makes his devotees his own and his affairs are adjusted. Manmukh mooloh pulayan vich lab lob ahankar झगड़ा कर दिया अन दिन गुदरै शब्द ना करे विचार शुद्ध मत करते हिर लई बोलन सब विकार दित्तै किते ना संतोखियन अंतर तृष्णा बहुत ज्ञान अंधार नानक मन मुखा नालों टुटिया भले जिन्ना माया मोह. The self-will manmukhs, they have been led astray from the very beginning. Within them is greed and ego. Their nights and days pass in arguments and they do not reflect upon word of the Shabad. The Creator has taken away their subtle intellect and all their speech is corrupt. No matter what they are given, they are not satisfied. Within them is desire and the great darkness of ignorance. O Nanak, it is right to break with the self-will manmukhs. To them the love of Maya is sweet. Mahalla tija tin paur sansa kya kare जिन सतगुर सिर करतार तुर तिन की पैज रखदा आपे रखणहार मिल प्रीतम सुख पाया सच्चे शब्द विचार नानक सुख दाता सेवया आपे परखणहार. What can fear and doubt do to those who have given their heads to the Creator and to the Satguru, to true Guru? He who has preserved honor from the beginning of time, he shall preserve their honor as well. Meeting their beloved, they find peace. They reflect upon the true word of the Shabad. O Nanak, I serve the giver of peace. He himself is the evaluator. Pauri, जी जंत सब तेरे आल तू सबना रास जिसनु तू दे तिस सब किछ मिलै कोई होर शरीक नाही तुध पास तू इको दाता सब सदा हर भय अरदास जिस दी तुध पावै तिस दी तू मन लहे सो जन शाबास सब तेरा छोज वर्तदा दुख सुख तुध पास. O Vaheguru, all the beings belong to you, your wealth of all of them. One unto whom you give obtains everything. There is no one else to compete you. You alone are the great giver of all. I offer my prayer unto you, O Vaheguru. One with whom you are pleased is accepted by you. How blessed is such a person! Your wondrous play is pervading everywhere. I place my pain and pleasure before you. Shlok Mahla Tija Gurmukh Sache Paavde Dar Sache Sachiar Sajan Man Anand Hai Gur Ka Shabad Vichar अंतर शब्द वसाया दुख कट्टिया चानन किया करतार नानक रखण हारा रखसी अपनी कृपा तार. That Vaheguru appreciates and likes Guru-minded people as they are considered truthful in the presence of God, and they are given a place of honor in His court amongst the holy saints. Such people enjoy the eternal bliss by uniting with Vaheguru through reciting and contemplating on the Guru's word. In fact, they have been enlightened with the light of full knowledge by ridding themselves of all their sufferings and afflictions through the Guru's guidance. O Nanak, the God protects the honor of such Guru-minded people through His grace. Mahla Tija Gur ki seva chakri pੈ rachkar kamaye jiha seve teho hove je challe tise rajaye. नानक सब किछ आप है अवर न दूजी जाए. All the service of the Guru must be performed by developing love and devotion of Vaheguru, and one gets the reward of one's service provided one follows the will of the Guru. O Nanak, Vaheguru does everything as per His will and ordained by Him, and He alone is the sole power on earth, so we could always look forward to His support, there being no other authority. Pauri Teri vadiyai tu hai jaanda tud jeevad avar na koi तुद जीवड होर शरीक होवै तां आखिए तुद जीवड तू है होई जिन तू सेविया तिन सुख पाया होर तिस दी रीस करे क्या कोई तू पन्नण कड़न समरथ दातार है तुद अग्गै मंगण नो हाथ जोड़ खली सब होई तुद जेवड़ दातार में कोई नदर नावई तुद सब सैनो दान दिता पखंडी वडपंगी पाताली पुरई सब लोई. O Vaheguru, your greatness is beyond our comprehension, known to yourself alone, and there is no one else equal to you in status. If there were another power, we could talk about it. O true Master, the Guru-minded people who have served you have attained peace and tranquility of mind. How could anyone else emulate their glory? O God benefactor, you are all-powerful. You alone are responsible for our sufferings or comforts in life, or you alone can create or destroy us. The whole world stands with folded hands before you, seeking your favors. O Vaheguru, I do not see another one as great as you, and you alone bestow your benedictions on us. It is your creation alone spread all over the universe, including all countries, continents, islands, netherlands, or all the worlds, and it is your power alone controlling everything in all directions. Slok Mahalla Tija मन प्रतीत न आया सहज न लगो पाव शब्द साध न पाया मन हठ क्या गुण गाए नानक आया सो परवान है जे गुरमुख सच समाए. O my mind, you seem to have no faith, and you have not embraced love for that celestial Vaheguru. You do not enjoy the sublime taste of the word of the Shabad. What praises of Vaheguru will you stubborn-mindedly sing? O Nanak, his coming alone is approved, who as Gurmukh merges into the true God. महला तीजा अपना अपना पछाणे मूड़ा अवराख दुखाए मुंडे दी खसलत ना गईया अंधे विछड़ चोटा खाए सतगुर कै पै पन ना कड़ियो रहे अंक समाए अन दिन सहसा कदे न झुकै बिन शब्दै दुख पाए. The self-will, foolish person does not attain self-realization, rather makes others suffer the torture of listening to crude and harmful language used by such a person, as this fool has developed such a habit from the beginning itself. O foolish blind man, you will undergo great sufferings by your separation from God and face great hardships. The self-will person, being devoid of the fear and love of God, has not chiseled his mind properly through Guru's guidance, and he does not get in unison with Vaheguru and suffers afflictions day and night without getting rid of his doubts from his heart with Guru's teachings. Jivat mare mare fun jive tamo khantar paye tur karm na payo parani vin karma kya paye gur ka shabd samal tumure gat mat shabde paye नानक सतगुर तद ही पाए जहाँ विचों आप गवाए. Such person spends whole life in worldly occupations, engrossed in greed, attachment, and egoism, and all his senses have given way to despair. Neither his feet could walk or hands carry out any work, nor eyes could see or ears could hear, and this person is totally disabled. The youth is gone and the death is staring at his face, and still he has not realized the sweet taste of the nectar of true name, which could bring all the 9 treasures of the world. The person who dies a worldly death by developing complete disinterest in worldly chores and lives a spiritual life with Vahiguru's love attains salvation within his inner self. What could a person gain in this world without good deeds when he is not fortunate enough or predestined by God's will from the beginning? O foolish man, try to understand Guru's word and make an effort to retain true name in your heart, as it is through Guru's guidance alone that one may attain salvation and a virtuous conscience. O Nanak, we could attain unity with the true Guru only by ridding ourselves of our egoism from within. Pauri जिस दे चित वसया मेरा स्वामी तिसनो क्यों अंदेसा किसै गलै दा लोड़ियै हर सुख दाता सबना गला का तिसनो ध्याइंदियां किव निमक कड़ी मुँह मोड़ियै जिन हर ध्याया तिसनो सर्व कल्याण होए नित संत जना की संगत जाए बहिए मुँह जोड़िए सब दुख भुख रोग गए हर सेवक के सब जन के बंधन तोड़िए हर कृपा ते हुआ हर भगत जना के मुँह डिठै जगत तरिया सब लोड़िए. The Guru-minded people who inculcate love of Vahiguru, the true master, in their heart, they never suffer from any misgivings. The God is our benefactor, blessing us with all worldly joy and comforts, and we should not deviate for a moment from his worship or his recitation of true name. Whoever has worshipped the God finds all worldly comforts within their access, so we should always seek the company of such holy saints. The holy saints who have cast away all their maladies, sufferings, or desires through God's love have enabled us also to break the shackles of worldly bondage. The holy saints have been acclaimed all over the world through Vahiguru's grace, and the whole world is enabled by those holy saints to cross this ocean of life successfully. Shalok महला तीजा सारस ना जल जाओ जिन हर का स्वाओ न पाया नानक रसना शब्द रसाए जिन हर हर मन वसाया. O Nanak, let the tongue which does not taste the bliss of repeating true's name of Vahiguru be burned. In fact, the people who have inculcated the love of God in their hearts have enjoyed the bliss of reciting God's true name with their tongue through Guru's word. Mahalla tija saras na jal jao जिन हर का नाम विसारिया नानक गुरमुख रसना हर जपै हर के नाए प्यारिया. The tongue which has forgotten God's true name should be burned. O Nanak, the tongue of the Guru-minded people always recites true name of Vahiguru as they have developed love and devotion for true name of Vahiguru. Pauri हर आपे ठाकुर सेवक भगत हर आपे करे कराए हर आपे विखै विगसै आपे, जित पावै तित लाए। हर एक ना मार्ग पाए आपे, हर एक ना उछड़ पाए। हर सच्चा साहिब सच तपावस, कर विखै चलत सबाए। गुर प्रसाद कहे जन नानक, हर सच्चे के गुण गाए। The God is everything himself. He is the true master, he is the slave and the saint, and he himself does everything or causes it to happen. He himself enjoys the worldly drama and conducts it as it pleases him. The God directs all the human beings on various functions and makes them perform certain acts as it suits him and pleases him. Certain Guru-minded people are directed by Vaheguru onto the right path, while some self-will people are deviated on the wrong path, giving them the strength and blessings to perform such actions. The God Vaheguru is the truth personified, and his judgment is also based on truth, and he watches his worldly drama being enacted. O Nanak, we sing the praises of Vaheguru through the Guru's grace. Let us pray to Vaheguru for his grace and sing his praises, thus merging with him. Slok Mahalla Tija, दरवेसी को जानसी, विरला को दरवेस। जे कर कर हंडै मंगदा, तिग जीवन तिग वेस। जे आसा अंदेसा तज रहै, गुरमुख पिखिया नाओ। तिसके चरण पखालिए, नानक हाउ बलिहारै जाओ। There would be a very few true saints who know everything worthwhile about saintliness. The life of a person who visits all the householders begging for alms deserves to be condemned, and his conduct or his dress is also worthless to be criticized. O Nanak, I would offer myself as a sacrifice to such Guru-minded people and wash their lotus feet who beg for Vaheguru's true name instead, having rid themselves of all their worldly desires and hopes, including all the misgivings and dual-mindedness. महला तीजा, नानक तरवर एक फल, दुए पंखेरु आहे। आवत जात न दिसही, ना पर पंखी ताहे। बहुरंगी रस भोग्या, शब्द रहे निर्वाण। हर रस फल राते नानका, कर्म सच्चा निसाण। O Nanak, the tree has one fruit, but two birds are perched upon it. They are not seen coming or going. These birds have no wings. A body is like a tree with the twin fruits of suffering and comforts, joy and sorrow, along with the flowers of our actions, while two birds in the form of Guru-minded and self-willed people are perched on this tree. No one could see the movements of these birds, when they come and when or where they go. Moreover, their wings have been clipped. One bird, whose self-will enjoys the worldly pleasures, while the other one, Guru-minded, remains immersed in Guru's word. being free from worldly bondage. There are two types of people in this world: when they live under God's will without having any say, and when they are born or when they face death is not known to anyone. As it is all controlled by Vahiguru's will, the Guru-minded people remain immersed in true name, while the self-willed people, they enjoy worldly pleasures. O Nanak, there are some Guru-minded people who are fortunate and predestined by God's will, who remain imbued with love of Vaheguru, and they follow the true path of God's love and devotion as per their past actions. Pori आपे तरती आपे है राहक आप जमाए पिसावे आप पकावे आप पांडे दे परोसे आपे ही बखावे आपे जल आपे दे छिंगा आपे चुली परावे आपे संगत सद बहाले आपे विदा करावे जिसनो कृपाल होवे हर आपे तिसनो हुक्म मनावे. Vaheguru is everything himself. He is the earth and the seed sown therein by the farmer, and he himself is the farmer who grows this food and then grinds it himself, then cooks this food, and then he himself eats this food, having served it by himself in the utensils. He himself is the water, or the person who cleans the mouth with the water. He himself enables the holy saints to attend the serving of food with respect and honor, and then after serving them with food, he alone makes them depart with all the respect due to them. In fact, everything is happening as per the orders or dictates of Vaheguru, as per his will, but it is the Guru-minded people alone who are bestowed by God with the strength and realization to follow his will through the Vaheguru's grace. Slok Mahalla Tija Karma Tarum Sab Bandhana Paap Pun Sanubandha Mamata Moh So Bandhana Putra Kalatra So Tanda Jai Dekha Te Jeveri Maya Ka Sanubandha Nanak Sache Naam Bin Vartan Varte Andha. O Nanak, the worldly bondage in this universe is all due to our actions or observances based on our sins or virtues as our reward. This human being keeps on performing all sorts of worldly chores in the love of his son or wife, being engrossed in worldly attachments. Whenever I look around, I find the same story being repeated, and the human beings are brought together in different relationships based on this worldly bondage. In fact, the whole world is blindly following the path of worldly falsehood without any love for God's true name, engaged in worldly chores. Mahalla Chautha Andhe Chandan Tathiye Ja Satgur Mile Rajaye Bandhan Tode Sach Vase Agyan Andhera Jaye Sab Kich Dekhe Tise Ka Jin Kiya Tan Saj Nanak Saran Kartar Ki Karta Rakhe Laj. This blind fool gets enlightened only when he meets the true Guru through the will of Vaheguru. The shackles of false bondage due to worldly falsehood get broken, and truth shines and lightens within the inner self of individual, thus dispelling the darkness of ignorance. The true master watches everything as He has created this human body and He is responsible for causing everything to happen. O Nanak, the God would Himself protect our honor as we have taken shelter under His care. पौड़ी जद हूँ आपे थाट किया बह करते तद हो पुछ न सेवक बिया तद हो क्या को लेवै क्या को देवै जा अवर न दूजा किया फिर आपे जगत पाया करते दान सबना को दिया आपे सेव पढ़ायुन गुरमुख आपे अमृत पिया आप निरंकार आकार है आपे आपे करे सो थिया. When Vaheguru has created this universe, He has not taken the advice of any other power under Him. He did not consult with anyone. What can anyone take and what can anyone give when He did not create any other like Himself? Then, after fashioning this world, the Creator blessed all of us with His blessings. He Himself instructs us in His service, and as Gurmukh, we drink in His ambrosial nectar. He Himself is formless, and He Himself is formed. Whatever He Himself does comes to pass. Slok Mahalla Tija गुरमुख प्रभ सेवहि सद साचा अन दिन सहज प्यार सदा आनंद गावहि गुण साचे अरध उरध उर पार अंतर प्रीतम वस्या तुर कर्म लिखिया करतार नानक आप मिलायन आपे कृपा तार. The Guru-minded people always serve the true Master day and night, and they develop love and devotion for Him in the state of equipoise. In the normal course, they enjoy the bliss of life by singing the praises of Vaheguru. In fact, the whole universe, including the earth, lands, skies, or netherlands, are busy in His praise as He parades everywhere and in all directions. Vaheguru gets inculcated in the hearts of those Guru-minded people who are fortunate enough and are predestined by God's will. O Nanak, Vaheguru unites the Guru-minded people with Himself through His grace. Mahalla Tija कहिए कथिए न पाइए अन दिन रहे सदा गुण गाए विण कर मैं किने न पायो पौंक मुए बिल लाए गुर के शब्द मन तन पीछे आप वसै मन आए नानक नदरी पाइए आपे लय मिलाए. It is not possible to attain Vaheguru just by talking about Him or giving discourses about Him. It is only through meditation all day and night and singing His praises and imbibing His love that one gets united with Vaheguru. However, no one has ever attained the God without virtuous deeds and good fortune. In fact, many self-willed people have died crying and wailing for His union. The God gets inculcated in one's heart automatically once the body and mind gets immersed in Guru's word. O Nanak, we could attain Vaheguru only when Guru bestows His grace on us and Vaheguru merges us with Himself through His grace and benevolence. Pauri आपे वेद पुराण सब शास्त्र आप कथे आप पीजै आपे ही बह पूजे करता आप परपंच करी जय। आप पर विरत आप निर्विरति आपे अकथ कथी जय। आपे पुन सब आप कराए आप लिपत वरती जय। आपे सुख दुख देवै करता आपे बख्श करी जय। Vaheguru himself is the Vedas, he himself is the Puranas or Shastras, and he himself gives discourses on these holy books. He himself then listens to these books and gets enchanted, as the true master comprises everything himself. The God himself is the creator. He himself carries out worship as a disciple, and he himself is responsible for the whole drama of this creation. He himself carries out a householder's life, and he himself parades as a saint in a secluded place while conducting discourses on the limitless God as well. He himself is a virtue, and himself causes virtuous deeds to be performed, and then himself appears in a secluded place as formless, without any connections. Vaheguru, the true master, bestows on us all sorts of sufferings or comforts and joy, and then bestows favors on us through his grace as it pleases him. God pervades everywhere, but in the Sargun and Nirgun forms, that is, seen and unseen forms. Shlok Mahalla Tija Shekha Andro Jod Chhad Tu Pau Kar Chal Gawai Gur Kੈ Pੈ Ke Te Nistare Pੈ Vich Nirpau Pae मन कठोर शब्द भेद तू शांत वसै मन आए शांति विचकार कमावणी साखसम पाए थाए नानक काम क्रोध किनै ना पायो पुछो ज्ञानी जाए। O Sheikh, you should inculcate Vaheguru's love and fear in your heart by casting away your egoism and pride and get rid of your ignorance. Many people have crossed this ocean of life successfully through the love and wonder awe of the Guru, as we could always attain the fearless God with this fear complex in the heart. Let your stiff mind be immersed in Guru's word so that it becomes soft and it gets peace and tranquility, and Vaheguru would accept any of your deeds provided they are performed with love and devotion. O Nanak, the learned people would always tell you, if you go and ask them, that no one has ever gained Vaheguru's attainment by being possessed of wanton desires or anger. Mahalla Tija Manmukh Maya Moh hai Naam na lago pyar Kood kamave Kood sang rahe Kood kare aar Bikh maya tan sanch mein rahe अंते हुए सब छार कर्म धर्म सुच संजम करहे अंतर लोभ विकार नानक जी मन मुख कमावे सो थाए ना पवै दरगह हुए खुआर। The self-willed people are always in love with worldly falsehood and have never developed the love of Vaheguru. They always speak the untruth by earning their false livelihood through the company of worldly falsehood, and always are engrossed in false activities. Such a person gathers the wealth of the poison of worldly falsehood, Maya, and wastes life in worthless efforts, which is seen reduced to ashes at the time of death. One may be attempting to adopt many acts of truthful types and other formal penance or observances, while one's heart is full of greed and vicious thoughts. O Nanak, this self-willed person performs many futile actions which are not approved of and accepted by God in His presence, as such a person gets degraded in Vaheguru's court. Pauri Ape Khani Ape Vani Ape Khand Varpand Kare आप समुंद आप है सागर आपे ही विच रतन तरे आप लहाए करे जिस कृपा जिसनो गुरमुख करे हरे आपे पौजल आप है बोहिथा आपे खेवट आप तरे आपे करे कराए करता अवर न दूजा तुझे सरे. Vaheguru himself created the 4 continents, the 4 languages, and the 9 countries, and the human beings of the whole universe. He himself is the worldly ocean. He himself is the treasure of waters in it, and the 14 jewels through the Guru's grace, and finally benefits from these jewels when it pleases him. In fact, Vaheguru himself is the ocean, ship, or the boatsman, and he himself crosses this ocean to attain salvation. O God, O Vaheguru, you are controlling everything, being the cause and effect of everything, and the creator of all. There is none else equal to you in power, being all-powerful. Slok Mahla Tija सतगुर की सेवा सफल है जे को करे चित लाए नाम पदार्थ पाइए अचिंत वसै मन आए जन्म मरण दुख कटिए हौ में ममता जाए उत्तम पदवी पाइए सच्चे रहे समाए नानक पूरब जिनको लिखिया तिना सतगुर मिलिया. The service of Guru, Sadguru, is fruitful and worthwhile provided someone does it with sincerity. The God gets inculcated in the heart without any worries or any hurdles. Once a person attains the invaluable true name, then the torture of the cycle of births and deaths comes to an end, and one gets rid of one's egoism or attachments. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people attain the great position of saints and remain imbued with the love of Vaheguru, but this position is gained by those people only who are fortunate and predestined by God's will to get united with the Guru through His grace. Mahla Tija नाम रता सतगुरु है कल जुग बोहित होए गुरमुख होवे सो पार पवै जिन्ना अंदर सच्चा सोए नाम संभाले नाम संग्रह नामे ही पत होए नानक सतगुरु पाया कर्म प्राप्त होए. The true Guru is one who is fully immersed in God's true name, and such a perfect Guru alone could function as a ship of rescue in this age of Kalyug. The Guru-minded people who have inculcated the true God in their hearts are enabled to cross this ocean of life successfully. Such people always amass the wealth of true name, and they are honored and acclaimed because of this true name. O Nanak, the Guru-minded people who have acquired the company of the true Guru have attained salvation, but this union with the Guru is attained through good deeds and God's grace alone. Pauri आपे पारस आप तात है, आप की तौन कंचन, आपे ठाकुर सेवक आपे, आपे ही पाप खंडन, आपे सब कट भोग वै स्वामी, आपे ही सब अंजन, आप विवेक आप सब बेता, आपे गुरमुख पंजन, जन नानक सालाहे न रजै तुध करते, तू हर सुख दाता वरदन. O Vaheguru, you are the Paras stone, gold stone which could convert iron into gold with its touch. You are the iron and the gold also. You are the true master, and you are the slave who serves him, and you alone could destroy all the sins. You are pervading all beings and living the life of human, and you are functioning in the form of worldly falsehood, Maya as well. You are the learned person and know everyone, and you alone worship Vaheguru in the form of Guru-minded people, and you alone destroy our sins. O Nanak, I am never satiated with singing the praises of Vaheguru. O God, you are the greatest benefactor of all our joy and comforts, and you are the greatest and purest power on earth. In fact, we never get satisfied with singing your praises and are always engrossed in singing and worshipping you, being immersed in you all the time. Slok Mahalla Chautha. बिन सतगुर सेवे जी के बंधना, जेते कर्म कमाहे, बिन सतगुर सेवे ठवर ना पावही, मर जमह आवहे जाहे, बिन सतगुर सेवे फिका बोलना, नाम न वसै मन आए, नानक बिन सतगुर सेवे जमपुर बद्धे मारियहे, मुँह काले उठ जाहे. All the worldly chores that a person performs without the service of true Guru bind that individual in worldly falsehood, in Maya. The person undergoes torture through the cycle of births and deaths, as without serving the true Guru, one cannot find any solace or rest anywhere. All talk without referring to the service of true Guru is also without any interest or taste, and is tasteless, but the true service could be performed only when the true name gets inculcated in the heart. O Nanak, this man is driven to the dungeon of hell without rendering service to the true Guru, and faces the torture of Yama, god of death, finally being led to the hell with blackened face. महला तीजा एक सतगुर की सेवा करहे, चाकरी हर नामे लगे प्यार, नानक जन्म सवारण आपना, कुल का करन उधार. The Guru-minded people who develop love and devotion for Vaheguru are engaged in the service of the Guru. O Nanak, Such guru-minded people with recitation of true name make a success of their lives, and in addition they also help others as well, including all family members, to swim across this ocean. पौड़ी आपे 4 साल आप है पाधा, आपे चाटड़े पढ़न को आणे, आपे पिता माता है आपे, आपे बालक करे सियाणे, इक थे पढ़ बुझै सब आपे, इक थे आपे करे याणे, इक ना अंदर महल बुलाए, जा आप तेरे मन सच्चे पाणे, जिन्ना आपे गुरमुख देव ध्याई, से जन सच्ची दरगह जाने. Vaheguru himself is the school, he himself is the teacher, and he himself brings students to study in this school. The God himself is the father, the mother, and he himself teaches the children, making them understand all the lessons, giving them wisdom. O Vaheguru, on one side you are gaining knowledge to understand and appreciate everything, while on the other side you alone are responsible for making the children ignorant and devoid of any knowledge. O true Master, you are honoring some of the people who are liked by you and who are approved by you. You are calling them in your presence. Such guru-minded people who are honored by you, they proceed to your presence in your court with honor and with flying colors. The Gurmukhs whom you have blessed with greatness, such humble beings are known in your true court. Slok Murdana Pehla Kal Kalwali Kam Mad Manua Pivan Har Krodh Katori Moh Pari Pilava Ahankar Majlas Kude Lab Ki पी होए खुआर करणी लाहण सात गुण सच सरा कर सार गुण मंडे कर सील क्यो सरम मास आहार गुरमुख पाये नानका खादे जाहे बिकार. The dark age of Kal-yug is the vessel full with wine of wanton desire. The mind is drunkard. Anger is the cup full with emotional attachment. In egoism is the server. Drinking too much in the company of falsehood and greed, one is ruined. So let good deeds be your distillery and truth your molasses. In this way make the most excellent wine of truth, make virtue your bread, good conduct the key, and modesty the meat to eat. As Gurmukh, these are obtained, O Nanak, partaking of them one's sins depart. Mardana pehla kaya lahan aap mad majlas trisna tat मनसा कटोरी कूड़ परी पिलाए जमकाल इत मद पीते नानका बहुते खटिए हैं बिकार ज्ञान गुड़ सलाह मंडे पौ मास आहार नानक ए भोजन सच है सच नाम आधार. The human body is the vat, self-conceit is the wine, and desire is the company of drinking buddies. The cup of mind's longing is overflowing with falsehood, and the messenger of death is the cupbearer. Drinking in this wine, O Nanak, one takes on countless sins and corruptions. So make spiritual wisdom your molasses, the praise of God your bread, and the fear of God the meat you eat. O Nanak, this is the true food. Let the true name be your only support. काया लाहण आप मद अमृत तिसकी तार सत संगत स्यों मिलाप होए लिव कटोरी अमृत परी पी पी कट्ठे बिकार. If the human body is the vat and self-realization is the wine, then a stream of ambrosial nectar is produced. Meeting with the society of saints, the cup of God's love is filled with ambrosial nectar. Drinking it in, one's corruptions and sins are wiped away. Pauri आपे सुर नर गण गंधर्वा आपे खट दर्शन की वाणी आपे शिव शंकर महेशा आपे गुरमुख अकथ कहानी आपे जोगी आपे भोगी आपे सन्यासी फिरै बिपाणी आपे नाल गोष्ठ आप उपदेसै आपे सुघड़ स्वरूप सियाणी ਆਪਣਾ ਚੋਜ ਕਰ ਵੇਖੈ ਆਪੇ ਆਪੇ ਸਭਨਾ ਜੀਆਂ ਕਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਣੀ. He himself is the angelic being, the heavenly herald, and the celestial singer. He himself is the one who explains the 6 schools of philosophy. He himself is Shiva, Shankara, and Mahesh. He himself is the Gurmukh who speaks the unspoken speech. He himself is the yogi. He himself is the sensual enjoyer. He himself is the sannyasi wandering around through the wilderness. He discusses with himself and he teaches himself. He himself is discreet, graceful, and wise, staging his own play. He himself watches it. He himself is the knower of all beings. Slok Mahalla Tija Eha Sandhya Parvan hai Jit har prabh mera chit aave Har syo preet upjay Maya moh jalave Gur prasadi दुविधाम रै मनुआ अस्थिर संध्या करे विचार नानक संध्या करे मनमुखी जियो नाटिकै मर जमै हुए खुआर. That evening prayer alone is acceptable, which brings Vaheguru, that God, to my consciousness. Love for Vaheguru wells up within me, and my attachment to Maya is burnt away. By Guru's grace, duality is conquered, and the mind becomes stable. I've made contemplative meditation my evening prayer. O Nanak, the selfful Manmukh may recite his evening prayers, but his mind is not centered on it. Through birth and death, he is ruined. Mahalla tija प्रयो प्रयो करती सब जग फिरी मेरी प्यास न जाए नानक सतगुर मिलिए मेरी प्यास गई फिर पाया कर आए. I wander over the whole world crying out, Love, O my beloved, but my thirst was never quenched. O Nanak, meeting with the true Guru, with Satguru, all my desires are satisfied. I found my beloved when I returned to my own home. I merged with Vaheguru within my inner self. पौड़ी आपे तंत परम तंत सब आपे, आपे ठाकुर दास भया। आपे 10 8 वरनो पायन, आप ब्रह्म आप राज लया। आपे मारे आपे छोड़े, आपे बख्शे करे दया। आप अभूल न भूलै कभी, सब सच तपावस सच थिया। आपे जिन्ना बुझाए गुरमुख, तिन अंदरों दूजा परम गया। That Vaheguru himself is the supreme essence. He himself is the essence of everything. He himself is the God and the Master. He himself is the disciple. He himself created the people of 18 castes. God himself acquired his domain. He himself kills. He himself redeems. He himself in his kindness forgives us. He is without any fail. He never errs. The justice of true God is truly, totally true. Those unto whom Vaheguru himself instructs as Gurmukh, duality and doubt depart from such individuals. Slok Mahila Panjama। हर नाम न सिमरहि साध संग, तैतन उड्डै खेह। जिन कीती तिसै ना जाणई, नानक फिट रूणी देह। That body which does not remember Vaheguru's name in meditation, in the company of Sad Sangat, the company of holy, shall be reduced to dust. Cursed and insipid is that body, O Nanak, which does not know the one who created it. Mahla Panjama। घट वसै चरणार बिंद, रसना जपै गोपाल। नानक सो प्रभ सिमरियै, तिस देहि गोपाल। Let the lotus feet of Vaheguru abide within your heart, and with your tongue chant Vaheguru's name. O Nanak, meditate in remembrance on God and nurture this body. Pauri आपे 68 तीर्थ करता, आप करे स्नान। आपे संयम वर्तै स्वामी, आप जपाए है नाम। आप दयाल होए पाओ खंडन, आप करे सब दान। जिसनो गुरमुख आप छाए, सो सदही दरगह पाए मान। जिस दी पैज रखै हर स्वामी, सो सच्चा हर जान। The Creator himself is the 68 sacred places of pilgrimage. He himself takes the holy bath in them. He himself practices all austere self-disciplines. The God Master himself causes us to chant his name. He himself becomes merciful to us. He is the destroyer of fear. He himself gives in charity to all. One who he has enlightened and made Gurmukh ever obtains honor in his court. One whose honor that God and Master has preserved comes to know the true God. श्लोक महला तीजा। नानक बिन सतगुरु पेटे, जग अंध है अंधे करम कमाए। शब्द ऐस्यो चित ना लावई, जित सुख वसै मन आए। तामस लगा सदा फिरै, ऐनिस जलत बिहाए। जो तिस पावै सो थियै, कहना किछु न जाए। O Nanak, Without meeting the true Guru, the world is blind and it does blind deeds. It does not focus its consciousness on the word of the Shabad, which would bring peace to abide in the mind. Always afflicted with the dark passions of low energy, it wanders around, passing its days and nights burning. Whatever pleases Vaheguru comes to pass. No one has any say in this. Mahalla tija Satguru furmaya Kari eh kare ho Guru dware hoy ke Sahib samale ho साहिब सदा हजूर है पर मैं के छोड़ कट के अंतर जोत तरे हो हर का नाम अमृत है दारू हो लाए हो सतगुर का पाना चित रखो संजम सच्चा ने हो नानक एथै सुख है अंदर रखसी अग्गै हर स्यों खेल करे हो. The true Guru has commanded us to do this. Through the Guru's gate, meditate on that Vaheguru, that Master, the God Master is ever present. He tears away the veil of doubt and installs high light within the mind. The name of God is ambrosial nectar. Take this healing medicine. Enshrine the will of true Guru in your consciousness and make the true Guru's love your discipline. O Nanak, you shall be kept in peace here, and hereafter you shall celebrate with the Vaheguru. Pauri आपे पार अठहरह बनस्पत आपे ही फल लाए आपे माली आप सब सिंचय आपे ही मुँह पाए आपे करता आपे भुगता आपे दे दिवाए आपे साहिब आपे है राखा आपे रहा समाए जन नानक वडियाई आखे हर करते की जिसनो तिल ना तमाए. He himself is the vast variety of nature. He himself makes it bear fruit. He himself is the gardener. He himself irrigates all the plants, and he himself puts them in his mouth. He himself is the creator, and he himself is the enjoyer. He himself gives and causes others to give. He himself is the God and Master. He himself is the protector. He himself is permeating and pervading everywhere. O Nanak, I am the servant. I speak of the greatness of Vaheguru, the Creator, who has no creed at all.